Hello, and welcome to the first ever recorded version of Dragon Ball M's reveals of Witty Banter. For those of you who don't know, Dragon Ball M is a Minecraft server utilizing the Dragon Block C mod that aims to help players create and mold their own stories in the fiery xenoverse of the Dragon Ball franchise. I am the owner of the server, Aiden, and today I would like to showcase what you will expect to see in the next upcoming run of Dragon Ball M. And with that covered, let's get right on with our first segment. In Dragon Ball M, there are 6 races to choose from: Saiyan, Half Saiyan, Arcosian, Namekian, Majins, and Humans. While a lot of people who have played Dragon Block C may be familiar with how these races play, Dragon Ball M puts in a bit of effort to make each race feel more unique in their gameplay. For example, Saiyans and Half Saiyans are more suited towards melee combat than Arcosians, who are a very ki-based race. Here's a list of all the stat modifiers that are placed onto each race. Alongside these race-exclusive stat bonuses, there are also classes you can pick for each race. Martial Artists will have the same stat multipliers as what you saw just now for every race. Warrior is a melee-focused class, so choosing this will increase your strength and constitution by 1.1 times. However, it will decrease your willpower by the same amount, leading to weaker ki blasts. The same can be said for Spiritualist, however this will boost your willpower and spirit whilst decreasing your strength, meaning you will have higher ki but less power in your punches. These boosts can be stacked with race stat bonuses, allowing you to fully build into a specific stat depending on your playstyle. Now for the good part. Thanks to an add-on we installed to the server, a new array of race-exclusive abilities have been added. Saiyans and Half Saiyans now get Zenkai boosts after reviving from death for either King Yama or the Dragon Balls. This gives them a 1.2 times multiplier on their stats for a limited time. For Pure Saiyans, this will last 360 seconds, while Half Saiyans will get this for 180 seconds. Namekians will now be able to passively regenerate health once it reaches 20% and below, which will stop once you reach 50% health, giving them a form of regeneration similar to what they have in the Xenoverse 2 games. The rate at which you'll passively regenerate is currently unknown to me at this time, as I have not properly tested it, but if done right, this could make you very difficult to defeat, as if you balance right with the good amount of defense and attack Namekians have, you'll be able to constantly balance between your 20 and 50% of health. In Dragon Ball M, humans have always had a history of being the weakest race in the game. However, after playing some recent games in the Dragon Ball series, I've decided to give them a buff, hence they now have their stat bonuses. But alongside this, humans will now have an ability called Human Spirit, which increases their dexterity and constitution by 20% after they take a certain amount of damage in battle. This, alongside their Glass Cannon-inspired stat modifiers, which increases both of their attack stats, will allow you to become a very formidable foe in a lot of fights, especially considering the fact that no matter what class you pick, humans will not have any stat modifiers lower than 1 times. Now that we've covered everything involving races, allow me to hop into our next segment, which will be a bit more side-focused, as it's going to involve a big event that will be coming to Dragon Ball M in the next few weeks. That's right, on the 28th of June 2025, Dragon Ball M will be celebrating its 2nd anniversary. Now, while we didn't do much to celebrate the 1st anniversary of the server, this year I do have plans. The 2nd anniversary celebration will feature some special events for players where you can earn TP, stats, and even special event exclusive items and more for your character. I don't have much information to give you this time, but I can reveal the first event I have planned for this celebration. Allow me to introduce to you Fateful Showdown, Saiyan Prince. This will be a very powerful raid boss featuring Saiyan Saga Vegeta. Every 24 real-life hours, Players can take on this quest where they must fight Vegeta and beat him. Doing so will earn you a guaranteed 50,000 TP, along with a small chance of obtaining special unbreakable clothing items for your character. I hope that you enjoy Dragon Ball M's first ever raid boss character, and that you can give me in-depth feedback on how the raid bosses can be improved in the future. Now onto the part I'm sure you have all been waiting for. In Dragon Ball M, we do things a little bit differently to other servers in that we don't have every form released from the start. This is mainly to help pace player progression, as the weeks go on, more transformations will be released as the stat cap increases. From the start of the server, the following forms will be available. Kaioken, which can be used by every race. Great Ape for Saiyans and Half Saiyans, the Giant form for Namekians, and the Human Buff form. You may be wondering why Arcosians and Martians haven't gotten anything, but don't worry, Arcosians will be able to reach a 2x multiplier in their base form, commonly known as their final form, by default just by being in it, while Martians will have their super regeneration in place. Alongside this, Martians also take significantly reduced damage from Kaioken, only taking 25% of the toll from it. Finally, I would like to show you all a trailer of one final form that will be coming to Dragon Ball M on release. Please take a look. That's right, Super Saiyan will be available to unlock right on the release of Dragon Ball M. This form is one I figured would fit nicely into the release of the server. Super Saiyan will give your characters a multiplier of 2x onto your strength, dexterity, and willpower, so be sure to set it as your end goal before the next update. Before I go, I'm going to reveal the release date of Dragon Ball M. Dragon Ball M will be slated to release on June the 20th. So mark your calendars and join the Discord if you haven't already, which will be linked in the description. That's about all the information I have for this video. Thank you all for watching our first ever recorded reveals and witty banter, and I will see you next time.